Okay, guys, so what we want to do is we've been talking about factoring something in the form of x squared plus bx plus c. And what I want to do is I want to take that statement and rewrite it in an intercept form, because if we know what intercept form is, we can find out what the intercepts of a graph are. So we've kind of already done this, but we just kind of want to backtrack a little bit. So if you guys remember, we're looking at what gets me 28. And if I think about that, that's like 4 and 7. Uh, what else? 2 and 14. I think that's it. 1 and 28. And I'm looking at these and thinking about, hey, self, what adds up to positive 11? So if I look at this, that gets me 11. That gets me 16. This gets me 29. So it looks like I'm working with 4 and 7. So the factored out form would be x plus 4, x plus 7. Y equals x plus 4, x plus 7 would be the factored out form. Just to look at something slightly more complicated, I'm looking at negative 4x squared minus 12x plus 216. The first thing I notice is, hey, first x squared, there's a number in front of x squared. Can I take that out of every term? So does negative 4 go into all the terms in order for me to get x squared by itself? So I have negative 4, and then I have x squared plus 3x, and then if I take 216 and divide it by negative 4, I get 54. So I have a negative 54 left over. So I have a negative 4. Now I'm looking at the negative 54 and thinking about what gets me negative 54. If I think about it, what gets me negative 54? Well, I know 2 and 27. Um, negative 2, positive 27, negative 27 and 2 gets me that. If I think about 4, no. What about 9? 9 and 6, negative 9, positive 6, negative 6, positive 9. Those are some of the things that get me negative 54. So which of those add up to positive 3? If I do negative 2 and 27, I get 25. I get negative 25. I get negative 3. And it looks like I get positive 3 with negative 6 and positive 9. So your factored out form would turn out to be x minus 6, x plus 9. The reason why this is important, guys, is if you guys remember, now I can find out what my x-intercepts are of my graph. That minus 6 tells me I'm going to the right 6, so my x-intercept would be 6, 0. The plus 9 tells me I'm going to the left 9, so my x-intercept would be negative 9, 0. Now, let's look at something that's in a different form than standard form. Let's look at x plus 1 squared minus 49. So I want to put this in intercept form. Well, I don't know how to turn vertex form into intercept form, but if I can turn vertex form into standard form, then I can find out the form I'm looking for. So if you guys remember from a previous video, we talked about how I can turn x plus 1 squared minus 49 into the standard form. So I get x squared plus 1x plus 1x plus 1. So I get x squared plus 2x plus 1 from the square minus 49. I get x squared plus 2x minus 48 to be standard form. So now I'm taking this negative 48 and breaking it up. I think it's negative 6 and positive 8. If I take negative 6 and positive 8, that gets me the positive 2 I'm looking for in the middle. So the factored out form would be x plus 8, x minus 6 would be the factored out form. So that tells me that my x-intercept's at negative 8, 0, and 6, 0. Let's do one more, and then you guys will try some. Negative, and then x plus 7 squared plus 1. I'm taking x plus 7 and squaring it. X squared, 7x, 7x, and 49. Looks like I have a negative, and then x squared plus 14x plus 49 plus 1. So I get negative x squared minus 14x minus 49 plus 1. That leaves me with negative x squared minus 14x minus 48 to be standard form. Now, if I look at this, I don't have x squared by itself, so what can I divide everything by? Well, let's think about what's in front of the x squared, negative 1. So I'm going to divide all these terms by negative 1 because that's what's in front of it, just to see if I can factor it out. I have a negative 1, and then I have x squared plus 14x plus 48. So what gets me 48? Well, I think 6 and 8. If I add those two together, I get 14. So your factored out form would be x plus 6, x plus 8. That would be your intercept form, which based off that, I can find out what my x-intercepts are. Negative 6, 0, and negative 8, 0. I'm going to ask you guys to pause. I want you guys to try the other ones for me, and we'll talk to you soon. And these are what you should have gotten for the last sets of answers for both sections. Hopefully this helps you guys. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. Talk to you soon.